I guess a lot of guys talk about booking being a thankless job. What are your opinions of that?
Booking, I'll tell you one thing, it's an endless, and it is, and I've heard it become, sometimes it's a thankless job. It's a thankless job, and it depends on who it is. When Bill took over down there, really a booker was only a helper. But with Leroy, and Leroy would, you could book as long as you told him what you were going to do, and of course there'd be a time that he'd disagree and everything, but, it's like a thankless job. And kids today, it's amusing to me, the independents, they'll say, I'll go down and suppose I go to Reagan, Louisiana, and say, hey, this is our booker for HPWCO, you know how they do.
Right.
And, I'm thinking to myself, my God, he books one town
Is a book
in a month.
Right.
And let him do, I'll tell you, my cousin did so many good things. He was a good creator. He booked it over in Australia. Grizzly Smith, when Ann Gunkel broke away, Grizz took over the booking job. And 3 towns a night and did a magnificent job. Magnificent. Now that's booking there. And you remember now, if you have a blow off in Lake Charles the next week, you better have something
Come back
underneath on that frying pan to get it back up substantially.
As far as today in the business, what kind of advice can you offer to young guys? And talk about your experience training Steve Austin and JBL.
Well, with my experience with those guys, it was so easy because they wanted to do it. That was their big deal. And I always tell kids when they come through academy, I said, if you have it here in your heart, you got almost 80% of the battle won. If you have any physical prowess at all, and they were just so easy. Bradshaw, student of the business. And Miss Jackie.
Right.
Never took a bump in her life. She's at Doug's gym lifting weights and came over to the ring and asked me. But they wanted to do it. Students of the business, they watch everything, they make sure that everything's on an even keel with them. And what was the other question you had?
Steve Austin. What
yeah, Steve Austin was the same way. Oh, yes. And Steve Austin made a lot of trips with us. And he'd ask questions.
What advice, I guess, would you give to young guys looking to get into the business?
Well, first of all, you have to be on it like you want to level with them in as much as there's not territories anymore. They have New York. You've got some good independents. You have the one TNA now.
Right.
So you have to level with them that way. So this is the way I pitched to them. I said, you never know. You can make New York, but even if you do this for a conditioner and do the independent shots, you're way ahead of the average guy, and they like it.
It's pretty much like going to school, like college, and
right.
graduating.
Right. There's a lot of guys in my academy that just do that, and they'll work the shows that we do around home. But they realize, well, I'm not going to go up there, but it's part of a lifelong dream that could be, it's better than not doing it at all.
Right. I guess, what are your thoughts on newsletters and the internet?
Really don't like them.
Think ever on the business?
Well, you'd lose all your mystique, and of course everybody will say, well, when they announced it was an exhibition and everything like that, but I'm still kayfabe, and I still like to segregate my heels and baby faces, and I do. In my shows, I do it. I really don't like a lot of the newsletters. I really don't like the internet that much, but in some ways, it will aid you in what you want to do, but a lot of ways it doesn't.
Do you think the business is going to turn itself around again?
Well, it goes in cycles, let's face it. But as far as coming back like it used to be, I don't know. Maybe there's a slim chance. But you remember this now. Who's going to do the manipulation all the brains and the guys that did it in those days are all dying.
Right. The magic's getting lost.
Right.
I guess. What do you think male managers can still get over in this day and age?
In a lot of the Latino sections, he would, but right now, I don't think he would.
I'm talking about male managers. Who did you think I was?
Who?
Male managers. Do you think?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you said Bill Mascaras, but
No.
male managers.
Yeah, male managers.
Yeah, if they do it right, but so many of them will go out and like these independent shows and do 100 things. You don't have to do it. You do at the right time. That one defining moment is what you learn to do, and you get a lot of heat.
Right, less is more.
It's in a lot of guys, and a lot of guys will be with a guy and in a squash match, he's beating his opponent down and everything like that, and the manager takes a shot at him. What good is that? You take the shot at him when
Right.
your man's in trouble.
Right.
Simple ABC.
Less is more. I guess. What do you think the businesses have declined today? Why do you think that is happening?
Too much rehash of what's going on. Not enough finishes in the middle of the ring. Too many run-ins.
Right.
See, you look at the United States, you look at America, what do they have? Winners and losers. Football, baseball, hockey, basketball, winners and losers. You have to have that. Eventually, you've got to have somebody. That's why in the big blow-offs, the baby faces more or less all would go over in a cage match unless he was leaving or something like that. And you put that heel over, but you have to compensate. And you go to these independent shows, and my God, they might have 8 matches. They might have a barbed wire, a lumberjack, a chain, all in one night.
Right.
And I told one of them one time, I was in Louisiana, I said, my God, you got 5 years in one night. You're just wasting all this. And no finishes. Not one finish.
That's true. I've seen it.
You've got to have it.
As a former powerlifter, do you think that the business today places too much emphasis on size and look rather than ability?
It did for a while, until they came back with the cruiserweights. And I think everybody may agree that the big powerhouses are still the thing, but the cruiserweights and whatever, they're adding a little bit to it. I think you've got to have a package. If you're on national TV, you got to have a package.
It's actually nice to see Trevor Murdoch. He's finally getting a push.
Yeah.
Harley's kid.
Oh yeah.
He's got a unique look. So, what are you doing today in the business? Let's talk about your school.
Well, I've got my academies in Mesquite, Texas, a suburb of Dallas, and I do shows, and I work with a lot of people in Texas, Arkansas, Louisiana, and Oklahoma, and I do make special appearances. Just before Christmas passed, I went to Muskogee, Oklahoma for what are they calling there? Ultimate Fighting, but I was a guest there, and when I walked out there, everybody came to me.
What do you think about the shoot fighting stuff? You think that's going to be the future?
What you could do, now they had 3,000 people, and Mark Mason promoted that. He's done a lot of good wrestling stuff, and he wanted me to come up there and make that. And what you could do in that is, right now it's a little hot, you could run in a sizable city once a year and do it, but you couldn't run it.
Right. What if you add storylines into it a little bit and still keep it in, like as far as a shoot, keep the actual matches, shoot style, but add storylines into it? Do you think that would work at all?
Sure, because see, they have the ones I saw were 3 rounds and governed by the boxing commission.
Right.
They had the sanction. What they do is they go out there and they blow up in about a minute. So there was applause here, there was applause there, but it's gone.
Right.
Some of them, if they're not in shape, they're jello in a minute, and they're gone.
What are some of the things that you miss most and least about being in the business full time?
I really like the traveling. I love the mystique that we had in those days, the respect we had in those days, and we had it too.
Have you ever refused a job ever? Or no.
No.
Okay. Any regrets?
No. I can look back and there are some things I would have done differently, but as a whole, I do it just like I did it.
Right.
No, I don't really have any regrets. I do have regrets of not going into one particular territory that I probably would have done better, but I stayed and I didn't do as good. But those things, every guy in this business has ever been anything in this business has gone through that.
Does it ever bother you at times when Vince would bring back a legend and make like a full album or something like that?
Well, what's projected there, and I want to redefine this, Vince is a nice guy. To me, he is, and when we meet, when I go down there, everything is fine. But I think what's coming there, he never was in the business, and, he kind of sends that message out to all the old vets and everything. He said, well, I didn't make it, but oh, hey, you guys.
Right.
I'm the kid. I'm the guy. But you have to give him credit for taking it at the marketing level. That was the best thing he ever did. I think it saves when those houses fall off, the marketing that he's done. And he did a lot of good things, and I admire him for it.
Would you ever consider writing a book?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I've had some feelers. This may come to pass soon. But I'll be very, very careful and cautious in what I say. And I don't, like I say, I'm kayfabe.
Right.
And really, these people out here, they want to believe again. They want to go in. Just spend a little time in Louisiana and places like that. They want to do it. It's like you never leave. And then they'll say, well, for instance, at one of those independent shows, the guy working with each other came through the same door, came through the people, and this promoter told him, why are you guys doing that? And he said, well, this business was screwed up when we got in. And I said, no, you guys screwed the business when you got in here. So.
Right.
Yeah.
How did you get connected with Patriotic Championship Wrestling?
Well, the guys that are running it, I was with Tom Lance for a long time, and his promotions, and Rick Patterson, they're super guys, are doing a good thing for this troopphones.org, and I work with them all the way.
Cool.
And it really fits in here with me, and so
that's a good angle.
It's a good angle.
Is there anything you want to say to your fans out there that you never had a chance to say to before?
Okay, folks. Listen, I know you guys don't like Akbar, but now I'm going to say something good about you people. Wrestling fans are the most unique and probably the best and most faithful of any sport. And that's a fact. So, but I'll leave you this. You pay me some respect when I step in that squared circle.
Thanks for being here today.
Okay.
Watch thousands of exclusive shoot interviews right now on TitleMatchNetwork.com.